That whip is sick! What up, YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at y'all with another Forza Horizon 3 build video, man. Back at it with another request. Now, I have been seeing this request pop up on the channel quite a bit, but this one specifically is from That Racing Kid 5, and he wants to see an Adam LZ 240 SX. Now, that sounds like a dope idea. We did not long ago do a 240. However, this one in specific, you know, something about it, man. When it's a famous YouTuber's build, you know that we have to jump right on this. So obviously we are going to have to jump into the buy car section and search for the 240 SX in question. Now this is going to be the body style that we are going to use, the 1993 240 SX SE, and see if we can replicate this build as best as possible. Now, if you guys have not checked out Adam LZ's channel, make sure you do so. He's a YouTuber, car fanatic slash BMXer slash daily vlogger. So he's got lots of dope content for you guys to check out, so make sure you head on over to his channel after we finish this build, though, man. Don't leave your boy hanging. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. For those of you guys who have been around for a while, man, you guys know how we're gonna do it. Jump right into this build. Now, this 240 SR20 DET motor, nice cream color. Over time, the builds really come together. Now, it is a drift build. I believe he dailies a 335i. There's a couple other cars on the channel. I believe his girlfriend has a Miata and a Mini, so lots of dope content, lots of BMXing and stuff like that. But we're going to get started in this one. Now, obviously, we're going to have to try to find a motor swap, a 2-liter motor swap specifically. Now, we do have a 2-liter inline 4. Is that a turbo? Doesn't look like it. A 2-liter inline 4 turbo, which I believe is probably going to be our motor of choice. But we're just going to check out a few of our other options. 3.2-liter, obviously, that RB26. And a couple V8s. That looks like a GTR motor. But for this one, we are going to go with the 2-liter inline 4 turbo, specifically because this is the SR20 DET motor that we are talking with. Drivetrain, we're going to leave rear-wheel drive, and we are going to leave the body kit the way that it is for now, mainly just because he doesn't have the Rocket Bunny wide stance and stuff like that. So we're just going to leave that how it is for the time being. Front body kit, we are just going to check out a couple of our options here. That's not really looking too good here. Not really feeling that one either. The Ings Street, I don't know about that. The Origin, however, is looking like our body kit of choice. Now, the rear spoiler, let me see if we can get the actual spoiler, Rocket Bunny or the Forza. Now, unfortunately, we are rocking the Manrique rear wing, which we do not have the option to use, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw on the Rocket Bunny wing just to make it look a little bit more aggressive. Now, Origin body kit all around is what I'm thinking we are probably going to go with. Just looks the part, makes this car look actually almost identical, even without the wheels on there. So obviously, next up, we are going to have to take care of the wheels. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw a, not that tire compound, because I'm not really feeling those tire letters on there. If it was something more of a, I don't know, like a NASCAR or something like that, but not for this drift car, man. I'm not really feeling it. Now, as far as the wheels go up front, I want to say his wheels are raised. They definitely look like raised, but however, there is a rear drift set of rims that get swapped out occasionally, but mainly we are going to go with a white painted rim setup because that is what is on this beautiful cream 240 SX, and I really personally am digging the color combo. What it's going to come down to is just finding the appropriate wheel for this build. But we are not going to stop until we find what we are looking for. Now, none of these I'm really feeling. Looks like almost a 8 or 10 spoke wheel on this car. Not really feeling those at all. These almost look okay. I just wish that these spokes didn't widen up at the top. Now, sometimes you just have to make do with what you got. So we're going to check the sport rim style. Before we do that, actually, I'm kind of feeling those. Those look all right. Let's just make a couple more passes through here. I think I see where we're going with these. How about that? Is that looking good? Nah, I think there's a little bit too many spokes on that wheel for my liking. I think we see a few more here that might be good. No, not really feeling that. Can't say that I entirely hate the Volks. You know what? We're going to go with the Volks just because that's a legitimate name brand. And even if they aren't the wheels that he has, you guys can't flame me for putting Volks on this car, okay? However, we are going to upgrade the rim size to an 18-inch wheel, front and back. Let's go ahead and install that right now. Looking good. Now, obviously, we have to take care of the drivetrain. Now, we are going to install a clutch for sure. Got to have that race clutch. Transmission, we are going to leave the way that it is just because I don't think we're going to be putting too much power. However, we are going to put on a diff just to replicate that welded diff as best as possible. Now, let's go ahead and take care of the brakes. We are going to put on brakes. Now, I believe the brake setup on this car in real life is a CTS-V front rotor and Z32 rear rotors. So that's definitely going to help for the braking. Now, full coilover setup all around. We're just going to go ahead and do front and rear anti-roll bars just to keep this thing nice and level. Now, as far as the chassis reinforcement goes, we are rocking with a roll cage, so we're going to go ahead and install that. And just some light weight reduction, nothing too serious. Just to keep things nice and free-flowing once we get on the road. Now, as far as the engine goes, really all that we're going to do on this one is a race intake, an exhaust, and maybe some light turbo modifications. Now, this car is predominantly going to be a drift build, so I'm not worried about it being at the top of, let's say, the S1 class. As you just saw, we crossed into S1 class. We're kind of low there as far as the performance points goes and what cars we're going to be able to compete against with this, but it's going to be a drift car, so I'm really not entirely upset about that. Now, everything is looking good here. What we need to do, obviously, is jump into the paint. Not without buying and installing all of our parts, just over $60,000. Not really too big of a deal. We've spent more on worse cars, I gotta say. Now, before we get into paint, let's just do some light tuning. Now, as far as the springs go, I just want to lower the front just to even up the wheel gap a little bit. Alignment is going to get a little bit of camber up front and just a half the amount in the back. So now let's jump into the designs and paints, and mainly you guys know that we have to paint these wheels. Now, one thing I'm kind of upset about is that we couldn't replicate that spoiler. That is kind of a big thing that is missing off of this car. That I can see right off of the bat. But with the white wheels, I think we're going to be able to achieve the look that we're looking for. Now, as far as the tint goes, we are going to black out the windows just for shites and giggles. And I don't know, man, that's looking pretty legit. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe fine-tune this color a little bit. Maybe just make it a little more creamy. As you guys can see, that's looking pretty legit. I'm kind of happy with the way that this turned out, man. I mean, aside from that wing, this is looking pretty legit. So you guys know what's up, man. Last but not least, the only thing left to do is take this thing out onto the streets and let her rip. Now, before we do get out on the road, I just want to do a little 360 on this thing. Looking absolutely sexy, man. That body kit, just super dope. Now, I can't get over the fact that we didn't get the opportunity to upgrade that wing, but it is what it is. Rocket Bunny is gonna have to do for now. Now let's just take this thing for a little bit of a rip first and foremost. One thing I'm noticing, power not overbearing. Now, I'm not sure when this video is going to be released, but we did just get out of the Drift Monkey build, and that was absolutely insane. Very hard to drive, whereas this one's extremely modest. Could almost use a little more power though, because what I'm feeling is like I have to carry the momentum going into the turn and kind of slide the whole car. And we're not really getting a whole lot of power to spin those back wheels and keep the car sliding. So one thing that I might do once this video is done, I don't know, it's not bad. I think it might just maybe take some getting used to. Finding the right gear is definitely gonna help, or be an issue, I should say, if not done correctly. Now, from an SR20, you're not going to get too much crazy power without a tune. Now, I believe this 240SX in real life has been tuned a couple of times. Oh, that's nice. That was a nice... Oh, kind of messed that up. Spoke too soon. But it was a nice little transition there for a second. Oh, them controller batteries. So yeah, one thing I might suggest if you guys are doing this build, maybe upgrade that turbo just a little bit. Maybe not fully upgrade it. Ooh-wee! But definitely upgrade it a little bit. Maybe like the first or second stage on that. We in the parking lot. Because yeah, that's the one thing that I'm noticing. You can see second gear is just absolutely gutless. And if I'm in first gear, well, I'm just banking it off the rev limiter. Second gear definitely needs a little more give. But you guys know how we do, man. I like to keep the videos flowing. Don't like going back and forth if I can help it. Let's do a little bit of an interior launch on this beast. Love the detail in this game, man. Just so sick. Little bit of wheel spin. That second gear, though, absolutely gutless, ladies and gents. Ah! And those brakes, man. What happened to the brakes? But, I mean, overall, a very modest build. I mean, let's just stop and have a look at this thing. If I had to say, does it look like the car? Definitely. Like, for sure, no question about it. Could it use a little more power? Most definitely. I'm thinking we are probably going to pull off to the side here. Steal this guy's driveway for a little shot. And yeah, that's probably going to be the very first thing that I do when I go back to the garage, is upgrade that turbo just for a little bit more power. A little bit more kick in the nuts, you know what I mean? I don't always like getting kicked in the nuts. But, you know, sometimes I do, man. So I think this might be one of those times, actually, where I'm going to have to drop kick myself in the nuts. But with that being said, I think we've talked enough smack for this video, man. If you guys enjoyed this one, don't forget to smash that like button if you guys want to see more. Obviously, don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already. Like I say, requests, drop them down in the comments section. We are taking one request per video. That's basically the way the momentum of this channel is going. Every single day, upload a video, and then we go back to that video, take a request off of it, and that, you know, that's just how we do it, man. A video a day, and that's what we're doing for this channel from here until the undetermined future. So make sure you guys stay locked, and as always, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, man. With that being said, I'm your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. We gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Oh no! Oh, for fuck's sake, every fucking time. Showdown, bitch. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Should have had a V8, yeah? Recovery of a lifetime. Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh! Fuck! Yeah, just keep on rolling there. Yeah. Don't worry about the racer.